Hi guys, welcome to your Information Security Newspaper channel. This is Connelly Gonzalez. Well, my friends, today we have a very interesting video on a scam that can happen to anyone. Recently, I had to change apartments, and during my search for a new place, guess what I found? The perfect place. Several bedrooms, several bathrooms, great amenities, prime neighborhood, and at an unbelievable low price. If you have ever used any marketplace platform, or if you actually use Airbnb, you have got to see this. As a normal citizen that lives in the everything can be done through the internet era, I look for an apartment in a marketplace platform. Kind of like Zillow, where you enter your email and you can see apartments for rent. You can see their photos and descriptions, and you send a I'm interested notification so the owner can contact you. Kind of like Bumble, but for real estate. There, I saw this beautiful apartment. It has 2 bedrooms, it has 2 bathrooms, it has 3 parking spaces. It has great amenities such as a rooftop, new appliances. It's great. It's also downtown and it's only 7,000 pesos a month, which is around $370, including services.
What?
So if you ever live in Mexico City, or if you live in Mexico City, you know this is a bargain. Luckily for me, the owner, Kevin Sobaron, contacted me, and this is the email he sent me. As you can see, here are the instructions for the rental, and it basically says this. It says that he's out of the country, so he's renting his apartment through Airbnb. Yes, you heard it right, through Airbnb. He also tells me that I can choose any period of time between 1 month and 5 years. He even attacked the Airbnb link of his apartment so I can do everything through the link. Well, he says in this email that I have to pay a security deposit and 1 month of rent, and then I will meet with an Airbnb agent so I can sign the leasing contract. If for some reason the apartment is not what I expected or what I was looking for, Airbnb will make me a full refund of everything I paid within 24 hours.
Yay!
Well, at least that's what his email says. To me, this seems like something quite doable from Airbnb, don't you think? Well, when I went into the link that he sent me, this is what I saw. It has excellent reviews. 24 people gave him 5 stars. This guy is a super host. He even looks a little like Ben Affleck, so points for him. And according to Airbnb, there are other people looking at his apartment right now. He also has the photos that he sent me to my email from the inside and outside of the apartment. Everything looks great, actually. Now, see that this place can only be booked per month. I've never seen this before in Airbnb. It allows you to book from 1 month to 120 months. Well, since this page is asking me to log in, and well, I'm not gonna put my official Airbnb user because there I have my credit cards and all my information, and because I'm just trying out this site, I will be creating a new profile. I'm entering my name as Ana Gonzalez, and I'm also placing a fake birth date because remember, this is a tryout. Now, if you look closely, this page is a lot like the Airbnb we all know. It has the language selection, it has the reference links at the bottom, it has your name on the top right corner because your current session is open. Now we are actually going to try to book the place. Let's select from the 1st of March and 12 months after that. I will change it to 3 years later just to see what happens. Look, they are only asking me to make a payment for the security deposit and for the 1st month of rent. Well, they also require my email, my address, and my phone number. I'm also placing fake information because remember guys, this is a tryout. After I have entered my information, a reservation code appears, as well as the payment methods. See that the payment can be made directly to a Banamex account, a bank account, that it's under Airbnb Mexico in a woman's name. It can also be made through a credit card or a debit card through TransferWise. Here, as you can see, you can even download the official invoice before making the payment. In case you make the payment directly through the bank, you have to upload your bank receipt here, where we are clicking. And well, remember that you have the option of paying with a card, credit or debit through this TransferWise link. Now, let's explore the Airbnb site directly. Let's type airbnb.com. Now we can go to stays and we will be looking for a place in Mexico City. This one in the neighborhood called Roma seems perfect. Let's go into it. And look, the owner is also a super host like Kevin. He also has very good reviews, almost 5 stars, and over 200 reviews. We can also see the reference links at the bottom as well as they were on the other side. And we can also see the language selection, and well, it seems pretty much the same. Well, it also has over 20 pictures of the apartment, just as Kevin's did. Now, let's try to make the reservation to see how it looks like. As you can see, there is no option for monthly rents. But well, who knows? Maybe the permanent apartment rentals have their own private links. Who knows? Let's try to book a few days in March. Here we can see the total price, so let's go and make the reservation. As you can see, before asking for the payment or for anything else, the first thing that Airbnb asks you is for an ID. How strange that the rental section of the Airbnb link that Kevin sent us never asked for an ID. I mean, considering my account was also new, and we're speaking about a permanent rental with a contract and everything. But hey, maybe they will ask for it later. After you have entered your valid ID, Airbnb doesn't go straight to the payment. First, you have to place the information of whoever is coming with you or whoever is staying with you, which seems pretty normal. So yes, Airbnb does ask for a lot of information, but maybe that helps them to be a secure platform. Okay, now I would like to play Find the Differences. So we'll be looking at both sides, the one that Kevin sent us and the one that we type in, and we'll see the differences. Difference number 1, the reservation per month. To be honest, I have never seen something like that. I mean, yes, there are some places, some apartments in Airbnb that have a lot of availability, but the price is always per day, never per month. Difference number 2. The reference links that appear at the bottom of the page are way too many more on the Airbnb site that we type in than on Kevin's link. And more important, the links on Kevin's site won't take you anywhere. I guess they hope you don't click on them. Difference number 3. Reserve versus book. The buttons are very similar, but it's a difference. One says reserve, while the other one says book. The Airbnb we type in says reserve, and the one on Kevin apartment says book. This may be a small detail, but still it attracted my attention. Difference number 4. Kevin's links, after you have selected the dates you want, takes you directly to make the payment. The Airbnb that I opened first asks for an ID, the information of the people that is staying in. It is until later that it asks for a payment. It seems more normal and without such a hurry. Difference number 5. Airbnb has never asked me to pay directly in a bank, to a bank account. I mean, it already has my cards, and if it doesn't, I can register my credit card directly in Airbnb, not to TransferWise, not to any other site. Difference number 6, and probably the most important one. The URL is different. Yes, it's very tricky, I know, but we will explain it. The link Kevin sent me looks like an Airbnb account, but if you look at it closely, the whole URL is only separated by dots, while the Airbnb that we opened by ourselves has slashes in it. airbnb.com/123room, etc. So what happened is that Kevin and his club of scammers bought the domain 1234room blah 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 book.com. Then they added a subdomain in front of the first domain, and that subdomain was called AIRBNB.com. So the whole thing put together looks like airbnb.com 1234roombook.com. And well, I'm sure you may have noticed maybe another difference or something. You can place it on the comments so we won't fall for it. Since we noticed all this difference between the website that we know of Airbnb and the link that Kevin sent us, we check in Whois. We found out that this site has been open for 1 month or less, and that it was open in Bristol, a city in the UK. To be honest, we must have noticed some details, but it's very easy to let them pass. I personally love Airbnb. I have used it in many countries and it has never let me down. And that is why scammers like Kevin can take advantage of Airbnb. It's actually a very reliable company, so it's the perfect display to abuse all those people that maybe have never heard the term phishing or that still believe in a world where apartments are priced fairly. Well, but back to the details. Look at one of the first emails he sent me. He explains way too much about why he is out of the country. TMI of his life. It definitely seems premeditated. And also, if you happen to Google the content of this email, just to see what comes out, you will find a lot of people that has already reported this same case with a different address, with a different place, and with a different name of a scammer. There are some from this month, from 2 weeks ago, from December of last year. So this is very recent. And unfortunately, Airbnb hasn't been able to solve it completely because it keeps on happening. Actually, here you can see an example of what I was speaking before. When I was talking about the URL and the domain and the subdomain before, here look, what we're looking at, it's a community page from Airbnb. And as you can see, the website starts with community, community.withairbnb.com. So the domain is with Airbnb and the subdomain is community. You can actually look with airbnb.com in Whois and here. As you can see, it belongs to Airbnb, it's from California, etc.
Wow.
Something else I noticed, speaking about details in the conversations I had with Kevin, is that he sent me a template from a contract, but the contract template is from propiedades.com. This is the marketplace platform that I used to find the apartment. But wasn't everything going to be through Airbnb? So an Airbnb agent is going to look me up and get me to sign a contract from another marketplace platform? And can Airbnb make their own contracts? Especially now that they have long-term rental apartments? It seems odd to me. After understanding that we may be dealing with a scammer, we decided to speak to Airbnb directly to see what can be done in these cases. Well, this is what they told us. I will be leaving in the description one of the links that the agent from Airbnb gave us in case you have any case of phishing or anything related to Airbnb.
This call may be recorded for training and quality purposes.
Thanks for calling Airbnb. My name is May I know your name?
Hi, I'm Ana Gonzalez. Well, I am new to Airbnb and I have some questions about your service in general.
Okay, Anna. So, how may I assist today? Continue. You said you have some questions. Please go ahead with them.
Yes, well, first, what is the maximum period of time that I can rent in an apartment through Airbnb?
You mean the maximum number of days you can stay on an Airbnb?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you rent for years with monthly payments or for months.
Okay, you can stay for months. You can stay up to a year. It depends on the host. Okay, if the host is willing to host a long-term stay for a year, that's fine. You can go ahead and book it.
All right. Because I was offered a rent through your platform, through Airbnb, for 3 years, and it was paying in advance 1 whole year. So I just wanted to verify that you actually allow this.
Yes, it's possible to stay in a listing for 1 year as long as the host is aware that you'll be staying for that long and the host is able to host you for that long. Yes, it's possible.
All right. Well, the Airbnb link that this owner sent me requires a bank transfer. So I just wanted to know, what are your payment methods? Do you accept this as a payment option?
Okay, we do not, and I will advise you not to make any transfer directly to anyone, okay? That is totally discouraged, and it could be fraudulent if the person is asking for a direct transfer. What happens is when you do a direct transfer, it goes from your bank account straight to that person's bank account. It doesn't pass through any Airbnb system. So if there's any problem or you need a refund, Airbnb will not have any record of it, and we wouldn't be able to assist you.
All right, because, well, he also told me that someone from Airbnb will come, will show me the apartment, and will give me a leasing contract for a year, 3 years, or however much time I want, 6 years. So I was wondering if this also happens. And in case it's a fraud case, where can I report it? Do you need the address?
But the person you were communicating with, Anna, were you doing it on SMS? Are you doing it through your phone or on Airbnb website?
Or through email.
Okay, I'll advise that you don't do that, okay? We advise people to communicate as much as possible through Airbnb so that there are records of it. Do you mind giving me a bit information about the person that you said told you to make the payments? Like, do you have a name or an email address?
Yes, well, his name is Kevin. And
okay, any email address?
Let me see. I'm looking for his email address.
Okay. The email address for this Kevin is nocn1@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other information?
Well, I have the address of the apartment that's supposed to be
Okay, I said I'm going to have this noted down, okay? I'm going to have it noted down so that we can have it on record and also have our people look into it. But for now, I will advise that you do not make any transfers to this person, okay? To book a reservation or if you want to search for anyone, please go to www.airbnb.com. And there you will find a whole lot of places that you can search from, and then you can communicate with the host, okay?
All right. And well, do you know what steps are taken in these kind of cases?
Well, in those kind of cases, we usually advise that people give us a call just as you are doing right now, just in case they suspect that something may be wrong or if they guess that it may be phishing, all right, so that we can take a look. What I can do is to pass it along and make sure we have it on record and that it's investigated, okay?
Well, seeing that everything is super planned to scam innocent people, and that's something that feels so close, like an apartment in a nearby neighborhood, can be exploited from so far away, we decided, taking advantage of the fact that we have the address of the apartment that's supposed to be for rent by these scammers, to go and see the place by ourselves. Well, guess what? There's people living in the apartment. It's not even for rent or for sale. The street doesn't even look anymore like the photos of Kevin. There's a new building at the left, and the building at the right has already changed the facade colors. Well, after we have already reported this situation to the Airbnb helpline, we still wanted to do something ourselves. It occurred to us to offer Kevin a full year of payment if he or someone from Airbnb could please contact us by phone. What we really wanted was to know more about how they operate and what they are capable of doing so you won't fall for this kind of scam. So I gave him my cell phone, and after a lot of insisting on how I really needed to hear someone speaking, either from Airbnb or from him, that I was just about to make the payment, guess what? Well, someone from this Airbnb contacted me, supposedly from California, in English and everything. Obviously, I recorded a call for you, and here it is.
Hi, speaking. Who is this?
Ben Lang from AIRBNB Rental Services. I hope you're doing good, Ms. Gonzalez. This call is recorded for quality assurance purposes. Would you like to continue this call in English or in Spanish?
Both are fine. English is okay. Are you calling me from the United States?
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling regarding the Airbnb lease for an apartment in Mexico City.
Okay, perfect. I was actually expecting a call from an Airbnb agent. Oh, I'm so glad you could call me. This is about Kevin's apartment, right?
Yes, we are here to help you, Ms. Gonzalez. Well, if you are available, we can make an appointment for you to see the apartment, sign the lease, so you can move in soon.
All right, that'll be great. So when can I visit the place?
Soon. By the way, are you planning to make the payment today?
Today? Well, I just have to check a few details, but yes, probably very soon. I would like to speak to Kevin first. Can you please give me his number?
I'm sorry, ma'am. No, Ms. Gonzalez, because of the privacy policy, we can only provide you his information once the payment is done and the contract is signed.
Well, then,
If you want to,
when can I see the apartment?
that I will let you know in a moment. Now, if you want to accelerate the process, we can take the payment over the phone.
Okay, good. Yes.
Do you have a debit or a credit card?
Yes, my credit card, but I think I'll be doing it later. Maybe you can do a conference call with Kevin. That way I won't get his number and I can speak to him about some doubts that I have on the apartment.
I'm sure I will be able to help you, Miss. I'm sure I will be able to help you with your doubts, ma'am. And let me just tell you, Miss Gonzalez, that without payment, we can't hold the place for you. There are other parties interested in the listing.
No, I don't want to lose the place. I like it a lot. And what if I make a payment after one of those parties? What happens to my payment?
In that case, we will
I
refund your
really
money.
like the place.
In that case, we will refund your money. Don't worry about that. We only pay property owners after we verify that you like the listing.
Oh, okay, that's good. Still, is there any way I can go and see the apartment before having to make the payment?
I'm really sorry, Ms. Gonzalez. As per Airbnb leasing policy, we need to get the security deposit before. In the case the apartment is not what you expected, you will get the full refund. So can we process the payment over the phone?
Well, is it okay if I call you back? I just have to find my credit card.
I can hold, ma'am.
Okay, well, also, I have one question about the contract. Kevin sent me a contract template and it seemed very odd to me that it was a propiedades.com contract. Do you happen to know why?
Okay. And this happens because we have other third-party companies involved, and this company is one of our partners in Mexico.
Okay, well, do you happen to have an office here in Mexico City? I would like to speak to someone in person.
Our partners have offices in Mexico, and you can go to their office and check and talk to them about anything. Do you want me to wait for you to get the card, or so that we can process the payment?
Okay, Brandon. Can you hold a couple of minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, was Brandon your name? Well, what is your full name?
Ben Lang.
Sorry, Ben. I'll be right back. Oigan, antes de mi tarjeta la dejé aquí. Es una doradita. Sí, son de los de Airbnb. ¿No? A ver. Son de... No había visto mi tarjeta, aquí la puse. Ben?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, but to be honest, I don't feel really comfortable giving you my credit card.
Ms. Gonzalez, have you seen the reviews of the listing?
Yes?
The owner is a super host with 5-star rating. You don't need to worry about anything.
Well, okay, but first, let's get honest, Ben. Ben Lang. I want to know exactly where you're located. If you are really in the United States, who is going to come and show me the apartment? You? Will another Airbnb agent contact me? This is not making any sense to me, really.
Ma'am, I'm located in AIRBNB offices right now in California, in San Francisco. Our partners will show you the listing, and I'm really sorry if I did say anything to lose your trust. And I'm really sorry, ma'am. If I did say anything to lose your trust, if you feel doubtful, you don't have to pay over the phone. You can pay via bank deposit. It's up to you.
Well, it sounds better. I can do that. And about that, who is Ana Carla Guadalupe Cuanalo Terrazas, who has a bank account with you in Banamex?
Ma'am, as I told you, she's one of our partners in Mexico. And we have a lot of other partners, and you don't need to worry about. So, Ms. Gonzalez, should I update your file in our listing that you will be paying through bank transfer?
Well, yes, I guess I don't have any other option. I would like to speak to Kevin, but...
I mean, don't need to worry about anything. This listing is very good. Then, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I guess not.
Thanks for your time, Ms. Gonzalez. I hope you have a nice day.
Did you hear how this guy is really insisting on my payment? And how he puts all the weight on these partners that Airbnb is supposed to have? Well, at this point, in this fraud case that we got involved, we had several options on how to act or what to do. Our option A was to go to the bank and make a deposit to the Banamex account that the fake Airbnb link gave us. This to later report the account and the account owner directly with the bank, maybe for fraudulent payments or something similar, so they could track the account owner. Well, our option B was to send him a fake voucher with a virus so our team could track the location of this Kevin and his club of scammers. Well, we thought of other options, and in case you want to know the conclusion of this fraud case and what we decided to do, well, please like this video and share it to encourage us to make the second part. To be honest, it is really exhausting and it takes a lot of effort to be chasing these kind of cyber criminals. Also, remember this case is still under investigation. Airbnb hasn't been able to solve these kind of cases completely, and we are doing everything that is in our hands to help you not fall into this kind of scam. Well, if this video gets to have 5,000 likes, we will show you the conclusion. Well, I really hope you find useful this video. I'm sure you know Airbnb and have used it, so please share it. My name is Connelly Gonzalez from your Information Security Newspaper channel, and I wish you the very best.